Inside the lattice, the other architects remained silent for a moment. Then the older voice returned. Architect Marcus, clarify your previous statement. Greg whispered, they want details. I noticed. I focused my thoughts back into the network. I said there might be another way to stabilize the bridge without sacrificing an architect. The lattice pulsed faintly as the message propagated. For several seconds no one responded. Then the woman spoke again. That is not possible. Why not? Because the lattice requires a biological anchor. Greg whispered, that sounds like a polite way of saying human battery. I ignored him. Your design requires it, I said through the network, but I've seen something different. A pause followed, longer this time. Then the colder voice spoke, sharp, controlled. You have had the node for less than 1 hour. Yes, you are not qualified to reinterpret lattice architecture. Greg leaned toward me. That one definitely doesn't like you. I could feel it too. Suspicion, possibly anger. Inside the lattice, the node belonging to that voice burned slightly brighter than the others. Predatory, I pushed back calmly. Maybe not, but I've already seen the full code base. The older voice responded cautiously. Host 6 was unstable. He was brilliant, he was reckless. Maybe I replied, but he also solved the biological anchor problem. You just dropped some knowledge on them, didn't you? Yes. What kind? The kind they've been trying to solve for years. The woman spoke again. Explain. I shifted my awareness deeper into the lattice interface. Data structures appeared around me. Mathematical models, field equations, stabilization matrices. The work had been messy, chaotic, but buried inside it was something the initiative hadn't noticed yet. Or maybe they had noticed and dismissed. Your system uses a biological host to stabilize the lattice, I said. Yes, because a human brain can process the field complexity. Correct, but the real requirement isn't the brain. The colder voice snapped. Then what is it? I showed them. Inside the lattice space, a simulation appeared. A bridge model, normally the lattice anchored to a human consciousness. But we can build something different, a distributed anchor. Thousands of tiny nodes instead of one. Micro stabilizers uses the bridge's own metal structure. The older architect spoke slowly. That is impossible, Greg whispered. They're scared of it. I continued. It's not impossible, it just requires more power. How much? I ran the simulation. The numbers appeared in the lattice. Even I'm Greg leaned in. Is that bad? Very. How bad? Power grid bad. Greg blink. Oh, the woman spoke again. That energy requirement is not feasible. Not with a single node, I admitted, but with multiple the lattice grid shifted. I redirected the simulation. 6 nodes working together. Energy distribution balanced across the network. The power requirements dropped. Not small, but manageable. Greg whispered, you're asking them to cooperate. Exactly. Inside the network, the nodes flickered, calculating, processing. The older voice returned. This approach would require all architects to participate. Yes. And share control. Yes. Greg smiled faintly, and that's the part they hate. I could feel the tension spreading through the lattice. For the initiative, control of a node meant control of the technology. Shared control meant shared patrol, meant shared power. The colder voice spoke again. That architecture creates vulnerability. It creates You're definitely getting kicked out of the club. The network fell silent again.